Alright people, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I upload the next video and you'll be supporting my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Every time I upload a new video, I'll be tweeting. Hello ladies and gents, this is World War II tanks, Tiger 1 heavy tank by the channel Simple History. World War II tank Tiger 1, damn, this is one of the most iconic tanks of all time, the most feared tank of World War II. This was so legendary and fearsome that when people saw this tank, opposing allied forces morale just went down like that. This is the kind of tank which has that theatrical behind it, that when you see it there's this impending doom, like, oh no, we are effed. You're just platoon going around and then suddenly hear the chain sound and you see it's a Tiger tank. That's it. There's a massive fear inside you because what it was, its gun was so powerful, its armor was so ridiculously powerful. It was so powerful that when British tank, the Churchill tank, attacked it, the shell of it bounced off its armor. That is comical. That's ridiculous. That should be happening in games, not real life. When a tank attacks a tank, it should at least damage it. But the shell literally bounced off it. That's how powerful its armor was. That was so ridiculous. I think there was only one tank there was also a British tank which was powerful enough to damage it, but it was so less of it in that time that basically the Tiger tanks, most Tiger tanks that got ruined was basically because of mechanical failure rather than somebody attacked it. That's how invincible they were. It was I think one of the creator of this was Ferdinand Porsche, the creator of Porsche, the creator of Volkswagen. So when you have a genius like that, engineering genius like that in your side, of course you're gonna come up with something legendary as this. German engineering, here you go. So this was ridiculous. So the legendary German Tiger 1 has a reputation as a machine feared by the Allies, combining lethal firepower and excellent armor. So let's watch it.
World War II tech, the Tiger 1 Panzer VI heavy tank. The legendary German Tiger 1 has a reputation as a machine feared by the Allies, combining lethal firepower and excellent armor. The need to replace the Panzer IV goes back to 1938, when several prototypes were built. In 1941, an order was placed with Henschel for the VK36.01 with a specification of good armor protection, a powerful gun, and a maximum speed of 40 kilometers per hour or 25 miles an hour. The tank had to be larger, and an order was placed in May 1941 for a 45-ton tank called the VK4501. It was armed with an 8.8 centimeter gun. The deadline for the prototype would be on Hitler's next birthday, April 20th, 1942, forcing several elements of the design to be rushed. Once completed, it would be named the VK4501H, the H standing for Henschel. In competition, Porsche had created its own design, the VK4501P, to the same requirements. With both designs meeting the deadline of Hitler's birthday, the Henschel design was selected for production. Designated as the Panzerkampfwagen Tiger Aus E, but eventually the final design would use a mixture of the parts from previous prototypes by Henschel and Porsche. The Krupp turret and gun would stay the same. The crew of the Tiger tank numbered 5, including the commander, gunner, loader, who sat in the turret, and the driver and radio operator in the hull. The armor was very thick, from 25 to 120 millimeters, offering excellent protection.
Damn.
For traveling on cross-country or preparing for combat, wider tracks were fitted, improving traction. From 1943, the 55-ton tank was powered by a V12 Maybach.
Just like the Jay-Z, even this Tiger 1 had Maybach engines. Everybody loved Maybach apparently, even then.
HL230 P45 gasoline engine, providing 690 horsepower or 515 kilowatts. This was quite underpowered, and the tank had a top speed of 38 kilometers per hour or 24 miles per hour. One over-engineering problem with the tank was the overlapping wheel suspension, which became clogged with mud, and on the Eastern Front, this was especially dangerous as the mud froze, completely immobilizing the tank. The armament of the Tiger I was its deadly 88mm KWK-36 gun, capable of penetrating American M4 Sherman armor, and two MG-34 or MG-42 machine guns, one coaxial in the mantlet and the other in a ball turret within the hull. Smoke discharge canisters were also positioned on both sides of the turret. The Tiger I first appeared in Tunisia, North Africa in late 1942, their appearance shocking the British forces. They were used on all fronts, including Italy, Normandy, and the Eastern Front. It was only until mid-1944 that the Allies could produce tanks that could effectively engage the Tiger tank, such as the British Sherman Firefly and the Russian T-34/85. Only 1,350 Tiger Is were built, with production between August 1942 and August 1944. Other rare variants include the Befehlspanzer Tiger, which was a command tank, and the Sturmtiger, which featured a large self-propelled mortar. Thank you guys for all your support on the Simple History.
That is just so devastating, seriously. So Porsche and Hensel design was combined to make it. Man, it had some design flaws. That was the letdown of it. Otherwise, in the time that it existed, it was just invincible. People needed time to build something that could tackle it, and during that time, imagine the mentality, man. Allied forces are there and suddenly these Tiger tanks come in. What do? It was nearly invincible. German engineering since World War I, where they made the planes with they could shoot the bullets through propeller. That was made by Germans in World War I. And even in here, Tiger tank by the Ferdinand Porsche and Hensel. Germans are always has been engineering marvels and doing things. That always has made Germany a powerhouse. Even though Germany is not in number or in resources the biggest of them all, just their engineering mind makes them really overpowered. Alright, if you like my reaction, please don't forget to like and subscribe.